health insurance, the insurer, if you live 100 years,
Correct.
can they deny you?
But there have been cases where people have got, let's say, a policy of 10 lakhs, but they've been able to claim 40-45 lakhs. Your health at that time, right?
Okay.
Every time you are asking for an upgrade from an insurance company, you are almost to the extent actually applying for a new policy. That is the level of, so whenever you're looking at health insurance, you should look at covering as much as possible with the minimum base being 30 lakhs. So when the claim comes, they will say that, boss, I had asked you questions, you answered them wrong. So the policy itself is void.
So hi guys, welcome back to one more episode. And इस एपिसोड में हम है ना थोड़ा समराइज करने वाले हैं और टॉप 10 पॉइंट्स के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं जो एक हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस लेते वक्त यू नीड टू एब्सोल्युटली टेक केयर एंड नेवर एवर फॉरगेट. सो महावीर, आपको ही हमें बताना पड़ेगा कि टॉप 10 पॉइंट्स क्या है दैट वी शुड टेक केयर व्हाइल बाइंग एन हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, बिकॉज like in the last 3 podcasts, I have understood that there are so many things that I don't know, but I need to have a checklist, right? The
Absolutely.
audience needs to have a checklist.
Right.
So if you could tell us, what is the first thing that we should look at?
Sure. So typically there are a lot of things, but let's say if you have to crunch it into 10 things for the audience so that it becomes easy for them to understand the whole thing. The first thing that will come up is coverage, right? So coverage जो है basically जिसको sum insured भी कहा जाता है is basically the amount of cover that you have on the policy. Basically आपको कब तक कितने अमाउंट तक इंश्योरेंस कंपनी आपका जो खर्चा है हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन का वो पे करेगी. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Why this is important is because as much as health insurance is important, having an adequate coverage is also going to be important.
Correct.
Right? How do you calculate this cover is the next thing, right? Because अब मैं अगर बता रहा हूँ कि coverage important है. Sure.
That term insurance generally age के लिए होता है कि 70 years तक, 80 years तक, 90. So it's according to the age.
Correct.
Health insurance, the insurer, if you live 100 years,
Correct.
can they deny you? Can they say no, we cover only till 80, 85?
No, that's what. No, so exactly. So health insurance covers you for lifetime, right? So let's say if I'm buying a family floater, then it will cover the family for a lifetime of that family. So if it's my wife, both of us, so till both of us exist in this world, the policy will continue, right? Forever. So even not 100, even let's say अगर 110 हो गया तो भी वो कवर करना पड़ेगा. There's no deadline. And hence it becomes very important that the cover is relatable at that time also, right? आज मुझे लग रहा है कि 5 लाख का कवर इनफ है क्योंकि जितने भी मेरे को डिजीजेस पता है, आई थिंक दैट 5 लाख will cover that, right? But what about we talking about 10 years from now? What about 20, 30 years from now, right? And whenever you are buying health insurance, you have to understand that you're pre-booking a health insurance for your future old self, right? And that old self will require a cover which will be very different from today's cover, right? So आज अगर मुझे लग रहा है कि 5 lakhs is good enough, I need to put a basic inflation on that and calculate कि at the age of 55, let's say 50-55 and I'm maximum, there is a chance of probability of multiple hospitalization happening, right? Then you need to basically look at that age and then figure out कि उस time पे at that age what is the cover that I will need.
I think just so that mathematically it's easier for all of us.
Correct.
Let's say for example at the age of 30 people start their health insurance.
Yes.
And they take a 5 lakh cover.
Right.
No top up at this point.
Correct.
In time because you are young and you feel.
Correct.
Yes. When I become 31, should I adjust for inflation and say no, it has to be 550 or 6?
Correct.
I don't know. What do you think? When I become 35 and I'm married and probably have a kid and everything, I will add.
Correct.
But every year, should I at least simple terms mein,
correct,
maybe 50,000 or 1 lakh should I keep adding?
So the thing is that upgrades are linked to basically your health at that time, right? Okay. Every time you are asking for an upgrade from an insurance company, you are almost to the extent actually applying for a new policy. That is the level of checks insurance companies will do. So अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि every year I'm going to, let's say, increase my cover, every year you will have to basically declare your diseases or any new conditions that have occurred, and basis that the insurance company will decide whether they want to give a upgrade or not, right? And hence it becomes very important that at an early age, when typically 30 के बाद ही थोड़ा you get to see lifestyle diseases happening, issues happening. 30s become the new, like people say that 30s become the new 40.
New 40.
Right? People used to get backaches at 40. Now they are getting at backaches at 30.
Absolutely.
Right? So similarly, 30,
me being a case in point.
Absolutely. So 30 की उम्र में it's important that you basically take a final stopover and understand that what is the cover that you need at 55 and pre-book that entire cover right now only and not depend on any kind of upgrades later because that's a very big risk. If anything happens to anybody of your family, the chances of getting an upgrade are at risk.
So
right?
we are talking about amount, okay?
Amount,
Let's say at 30,
Right.
if we pre-book a 10 lakh,
Right.
yes. But ideally, if I'm talking about if I by God's grace till 55 I don't need it.
Correct.
So तभी तो शायद 2 करोड़ रुपए लग जाए.
Yeah.
So then again that top up is where I should play with because
Correct.
otherwise taking a 2 crore premium will be very taxing.
Yeah. So the thing is that first understand the kind of cover you need, right? So let's say if you're starting at assuming that 5 lakhs is a good cover today or let's say 4 lakhs is a good cover today, उसके ऊपर आप एक around 6% approximate inflation लगाओ, although inflation is much higher, but over a period of 20-25 years it will flatten. Any economics आप कोई भी basic economic 101 है कि inflation cannot be 12-13% over a long period of time. तो अगर हम एक 6% लेके चले तो approximately 15 lakhs का approximate cover is what you will need at the age of 55, right? So 15 lakhs per adult is a cover that is clearly important, right? That is per adult. So if you're let's say looking at a floater of 2 family members, then basically and let's say even a kid in that policy, so 15 plus 15 minimum 30 lakhs cover is good enough for that family, right? That is the minimum cover that you should have. इसको छोड़ के it's very important to understand that there can be black swan or tail events, right? Which could be a major disease that could happen, which may not go through the inflation wala angle, but may actually go through something which is like a very serious disease that could happen, and that could cost in lakhs or maybe millions of cost. So whenever you're looking at health insurance, you should look at covering as much as possible with the minimum base being 30 lakhs, right? So 30 lakhs minimum होना चाहिए अगर 2 family member adults है.
Sorry, it should be 5 lakh plus a top up of 25 lakhs or direct 30 lakhs because 30 lakhs ka premium would be very.
So what I'm trying to say is that the strategy of whether you should take a super top up or not is something which comes as stage 2. Stage 1 is first to ascertain is the cover that is important. So let's say, like that's what I was trying to explain is that let's say 30 lakhs is the minimum cover, but today covers are available till 3 crores also, right? So what is the cover that you should buy? That question honestly nobody can answer today because we don't know how medical science will progress. We don't know how our lifestyle will progress, and in terms of what are the diseases we will have in the future, like pandemic nobody had predicted. So from that perspective, the cover that you will need, the minimum is what we can talk about is 30 lakhs and the maximum could be as much as you can afford, right? And it's very important to understand that 30 lakh cover, if it costs let's say 100 rupees, it does not mean that a 2 crore costs multiply by 6 times, right? A 30 lakh may cost let's say a certain amount, let's say 100 rupees if it's costing. A 2 crore or a 3 crore may not cost multiple of that, it will cost let's say 50% that over that or 60% over that. That's where super top up comes into play, is that there is an option. Either you buy one full cover, which is a large cover, which is basically of 2 crores, 3 crores and one policy, or you basically use a super top up strategy where you buy a 10 lakh cover and then you buy a 90 lakh cover over that and make it 1 crore. The advantage of buying that 90 lakh cover separately is that the premium difference when you buy a 1 crore one policy versus 10 plus 90 could be in the range of around 15-20%. So that advantage is something that you can play out in between these two policies, right? Buying from the same insurance company is something that we usually recommend so that claims can become very easy when you're claiming from two, even if you have 2 policies, it's from the same company, so you can basically inform them together कि ये 2 policy है मेरे पास and I'm going to claim, so it will just connect.
So now what is the next thing that we should look at?
So the second most important thing is room eligibility, right? So every policy basically has a specific type of room eligibility that is available.
So if I have 5 lakhs,
right,
and let's say my treatment is going to be 3 lakhs, but I cannot go and book a very good room because there is a limit to it.
Correct. So there are different kinds of limits that are available. One could be a limit which could be a financial limit. कि basically बोल रहे हैं कि आपने अगर 5 लाख का कवर लिया तो आप 5,000 तक का ही रूम ले सकते हो. You can take a 5,000 room. You cannot take anything above that. Then comes second type of policies where they would say that there is a private room eligibility, that the lowest form of private room that exists in that hospital, that you can take. So a private room ka definition is basically that there is a single bed, it has a private washroom, and it has a small attendant section, right, which basically is the private room, or AC hai, mostly private rooms have AC. So typically that's the condition. So the lowest cheapest private room is what an insurance company can cover. The third would be someone whose insurance company is saying that there is no limit, right? I am giving you a cover which is let's say 5 lakh rupees. आपको उसमें रूम कितने का लेना है, क्या लेना है, वो आप डिसाइड करो. There could be a small nuance that some insurance companies could come up with which says that no limit but except suite room. मतलब जो एक सूट रूम होता है हर एक हॉस्पिटल में, तो वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि भाई ले लो कोई भी रूम लेना है, बट वो सूट मत लेना, हाँ वो पैलेशियल मत लेना, मतलब वो ज़्यादा हो जाएगा थोड़ा. So that is what some insurance companies say. So these are different kinds of things. The important thing why to understand and why this is the second most important after coverage is that it can directly impair your cover. The room rent limit can completely impair your cover. तो suppose मैंने 5 लाख का cover लिया और मेरा 5,000 का room rent limit है, तो whenever I am let's say hospitalized for let's say 5 days, the insurance company is not, let's say, and I take a 10,000 का room, let's say I needed a private room, and let's say in Bombay I am in Bandra West and I happen to get my family hospitalized, someone in my family getting hospitalized in it's a लीलावती हॉस्पिटल. और लीलावती हॉस्पिटल में प्राइवेट रूम जो है मिनिमम खर्चा ही 10,000 रुपये है, और मेरा पॉलिसी में है 5,000 रुपये इज़ द लिमिट. So not only does an insurance company for that 5 days deduct that 5,000 additional that I paid, multiplied by 5, but it also deducts money from all the other expenses that get covered under that hospital bill. So for example, मैंने एक्सरे करवाया, या मैंने वहाँ पे I have basically let's say done doctor consultation, doctor has come in, not consultation but visits that happen, or the surgery cost, everything. An insurance company will basically say कि आपने 5,000 की रूम की जगह पे 10,000 लिया, तो और bill is let's say 3 lakh rupees, I will basically deduct from every cost except for MRP वाला things. All other costs they will deduct 50% and pay you bill. तो अगर आपने 5,000 की जगह पे 10,000 का रूम ले लिया है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि 5,000 into 5 25,000,
हाँ मतलब उतना ही नुकसान है. हाँ ठीक है, वो दे देंगे.
आपका पूरा जो हॉस्पिटल बिल है, in that entire hospital bill, all the expenses which are non-MRP, which is mostly the case except for medicine,
Correct.
your deduction will be 50% in this example, right? So इसलिए रूम रेंट लिमिट एक्चुअली भी डिसाइड करता है कि आपके पास कवर कितना है.
ये इनफैक्ट मैंने भी कभी लेते हुए ये तो सोचा ही नहीं, बिकॉज मेरे दिमाग में था हाँ ठीक है सेमी प्राइवेट रूम मिल जाए, ठीक है, एंड ओके आई डिड नॉट नो दिस. ओके,
सो इन कोविड यूज्ड टू हैपन इज दैट ठीक है 5,000 वाला नहीं है तो क्या हुआ, मेरे पास प्राइवेट रूम तो है, तो प्राइवेट रूम मैं ले लूंगा, तो प्राइवेट रूम है तो आई एम हैप्पी. बट आई ऑल्सो रियलाइज दिस ड्यूरिंग द कोविड टाइम is that private rooms were not available at that time. In the COVID period, private rooms were not available, and so super deluxe लेना पड़ रहा था आपको, या तो आपको नीचे जाना पड़ रहा था to take twin sharing and all that, but it was COVID, so you didn't want to take a room where you are sharing with someone else. So it became a very big complicated thing for a lot of people कि अभी private room तो मिल नहीं रहा है, और प्राइवेट रूम का एलिजिबिलिटी है, नीचे जा नहीं सकते बिकॉज ऑफ द पैंडेमिक थिंग, एंड ऊपर जा रहे हैं तो इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी बिग डिडक्शन. सो इन केस
ये तो मुझे लगता है लोगों को पता ही नहीं होगा,
राइट? अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट नो.
अगर इफ आई एक्सीड माय रूम रेंट
करेक्ट
इनटू 2x,
राइट,
तो पूरे बिल में से 50% हर चीज का हो जाएगा.
करेक्ट,
ये तो शायद अवेयरनेस ही नहीं,
राइट?
इतने टर्म्स और कंडीशंस तो आई डोंट थिंक किसी ने भी पढ़े होंगे.
करेक्ट. एंड इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग दैट पीपल नीड टू नो इज दैट प्राइवेट रूम से डीलक्स रूम का जो डिफरेंस होता है इज नॉट फ्रॉम 5,000 to 6,000 rupees, 5,000 to 10,000 rupees.
Correct.
Like there is a hospital very close by to my house where semi-private room is 3,750. Okay. Private room is 7,500.
Double.
Right? सीधा double. और उसके ऊपर जैसे आप जा रहे हो तो they are increasing. The logic of a hospital is that if you can afford more, if you want these luxuries, then I am going to charge you very high because yes, they are, at least it seems that way, they are trying to subsidize for the lower category rooms. That is how it's supposed to be. So from that perspective, the charges are very high. So in this specific scenario, let's say अगर मेरा 5,000 का room rent limit नहीं होता, but मेरा I have a policy which has a 5,000 rupees. I have a policy which has a private room eligibility. But private room is not available in that hospital, and I have taken a deluxe room. The private room at that hospital was costing, let's say, 5,000 rupees. Again, I'm giving the same example. And a deluxe room is costing 7,500 rupees. So again, proportionately insurance company देखेगी कि मैं तो आपको private room देता, private room का खर्चा तो 5,000 रुपये है, तो और आप अभी लिया 7,500 रुपये का रुपये, तो what is the difference between the two?
आदमी को अगर रूम नहीं मिल रहा है तो वो क्या करेगा?
Exactly, but that is the eligibility, and that is how the whole terms and conditions have been built that way. So it's like what you're saying is right, that वो आदमी को रूम नहीं मिल रहा है, बट वो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का भी गलती नहीं है. इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इज सेइंग दैट आई एम गिविंग यू दिस एलिजिबिलिटी,
एंड इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल से आई हैड गिवन यू एन ऑप्शन.
एग्जैक्टली,
यू कुड हैव टेकन
हायर कैटेगरी. सो एग्जाम्पल ये है कि मतलब मैं एज एन एम्प्लॉई हूँ, मैं कोई कंपनी में काम कर रहा हूँ और मुझे किसी ने बोला कि आपको सेकंड एसी मिल सकता है, राइट?
हाँ.
और मुझे सेकंड एसी नहीं मिल रहा है.
हाँ.
और मैं फर्स्ट एसी लेता हूँ, तो एम्प्लॉयर को आप जाके थोड़ी ना बोल सकते हो अरे मेरे को नहीं मिला तो मैंने फर्स्ट एसी ले लिया, अभी पैसा दे दो. एम्प्लॉयर विल से सेकंड एसी का कितना है, इतना है, मैं उतना दूंगा, बाकी पैसा आपको देना है. इट्स लाइक दैट, राइट? मतलब आई एम ट्राइविंग बाय फ्लाइट एंड देयर इज नो इकोनॉमी सीट अवेलेबल एंड आई हैव टेकन अ बिजनेस क्लास सीट,
करेक्ट,
राइट? I cannot go and tell my employer कि नहीं मिला तो I have taken it. They will say either you should have planned earlier,
correct,
either you pay from your pocket, or you should have told us. But you can't, neither of this, you cannot expect us to pay for business class if you did not get the economy seat. Right?
Correct.
Very similar to that.
Understood. And what else is the next thing that you would want to? ये तो मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि रूम रेट से इतना फर्क पड़ सकता है बिल में.
Right.
But what is the next in terms of limits or anything?
Correct. So third thing, which is very interesting, and a lot of people don't go through the terms and conditions, and that's why they don't know. And this is also applicable for people who have corporate insurance, specifically treatment limits. तो मतलब हर एक ट्रीटमेंट का भी बहुत सारे इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज क्या करती है कि लिस्ट करती है कि मैं कैटरैक्ट के लिए इतना ही पैसे दूंगा, मैं ये हार्ट के रिलेटेड डिजीज़ अगर है तो इतना ही पैसा दूंगा, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल ग्रुप पॉलिसीज़ में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है ये, जहाँ पे द इंश्योरेंस कंपनी बेसिकली डिफाइंस दैट अगर ब्रोकन बोन्स से रिलेटेड सर्जरी है तो 2.5 लाख रुपया, अगर मैं एंजियोप्लास्टी या बेसिकली हार्ट रिलेटेड है तो 2 लाख रुपीज़, कैंसर रिलेटेड है तो 3 लाख रुपया. सो दे हैव बेसिकली ट्रीटमेंट वाइज पुट अ लिस्ट ऑफ बेसिकली अमाउंट्स दैट दे विल कवर.
बट ज़्यादा करके ग्रुप में होता होगा.
ये ग्रुप में होता है, बट इंडिविजुअल में होता है, सीनियर सिटीजन पॉलिसीज में जैसे होता है,
okay,
या ऐसी पॉलिसीज में होता है जो रेगुलरली जो कस्टमर्स है जो हेल्दी नहीं है,
हाँ,
वो लोग खरीद रहे हो पॉलिसी, जो थोड़ी सबस्टैंडर्ड लाइफ बोलते हैं इसको, बेसिकली पीपल हु could not get the comprehensive policy. The non-comprehensive policies do have such conditions. So for example, someone who did not buy the policy on time and now has multiple diseases and he's going to buy a policy, even if that person is not, let's say, a senior citizen,
correct,
will get a policy which may have these conditions because it's not a comprehensive policy. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ सीनियर सिटीजन्स सीधे ग्रुप के लिए एप्लीकेबल होगा. इवन फॉर पीपल हु डिड नॉट बाय ऑन टाइम बिफोर दे हैड अ डिजीज and they are buying a non-comprehensive policy for specifically because they had a particular disease, they had to no choice, वो वाली policies में भी ऐसी limits होती है. So अभी बहुत common हो गया है कि after a certain age cataract तो होता है, right? And a lot of government insurance policies that people had bought, let's say a lot of years ago, they have a limit of let's say 35,000 rupees or 25,000 rupees per eye for cataract. And typically if you go to a Bombay, any eye surgeon in Bombay, the average cost that they will do based on the lens that you choose would be in the range of around 75,000 to around 2 lakhs, right? Because they will market you per eye, and they will market you a foreign lens saying that ये foreign lens है, इसमें ये advantage है, वो advantage है, and because it is eyes, you don't want to take a risk.
Correct.
You are not going to go for a cheaper treatment. So यहाँ पे 35,000 का लिमिट आपके पास ये है, 25,000 35,000 का एलिजिबिलिटी है, your cost could go to a lakh of rupees, so you will pay that difference. So अगेन कवरेज आपने लिया हुआ है 5 लाख रुपया, पर जब एक्चुअली ट्रीटमेंट आया 1 लाख रुपए का तो वो 1 लाख नहीं मिल रहा है, आपको 25,000 रुपए मिल रहा है. क्योंकि ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है,
क्योंकि वो बीमारी के हिसाब से भी डेफिनेशन है.
यस,
ओके, दिस अगेन समथिंग, ओह माय गॉड, दिस इज सो इन डेप्थ. तो महावीर, आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि और क्या पॉइंट्स पे हम लोग ध्यान दें.
राइट. सो आई थिंक वी कवर्ड 3 points by now. So we are going to the fourth point. The fourth point is basically in my checklist would be day care treatments. So day care treatment पहले समझ लेते हैं कि what is day care treatment. So first thing is that all hospitalizations typically that a health insurance used to cover traditionally were hospitalizations above 24 hours. कि अगर आप hospital में हो, आप 24 hours के लिए hospitalized हो, then only an insurance company will pay. Right? Okay. But if you are hospitalized for less than 24 hours, then they will not pay. That was very ago. I am talking about like 25-30 years ago, right?
Okay.
Then insurance companies started introducing something called daycare, because that is the reality of medical science. There are a lot of treatments because of technology advancements started happening earlier. Like cataract में भी
कीमोथेरेपी भी है, आदमी जाता है 3 घंटा 4 घंटे में करके.
Correct. In fact, I have seen even patients who have gone through angioplasty, heart surgery. A doctor is ready to discharge you on the same day, right? The surgery happens early morning, and they keep you in the rest area for let's say 2 hours, and then because it's a very quick surgery, they allow you to get discharged the same day. So angioplasty can be done on the same day. Cataract treatment तो होता ही है same day. A lot of other treatments which are small treatments like piles and those kind of treatments also happen on the same day. Prolapse disc जो slip disc बोलते हैं, उसका जो treatment होता है वो बहुत सारे जगह पे same day you can get discharged. So now because this is all happened because of technology advancements that have happened in medical science. So insurance companies also have made the policy more relevant and said that okay fine, all treatments because of technology advancements that happen within 24 hours and not outside 24 hours will also be covered, right? तो इसमें की एरिया जो है कि सारे इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज डे केयर ट्रीटमेंट्स कवर करते हैं, बट एवरीबडी हैज़ अ लिमिट or has some form of limitation that you need to understand. So a certain set of insurers have done, let's say they say that we will cover daycare treatments in 15 sections बना दिए उन्होंने कि daycare treatments for eye, daycare treatments for skin, daycare treatments for this, and they have said that this is what we will cover, right? And then there is a 16th one which says that any other from the above, if it is not there, then you contact us earlier before you get hospitalized and we'll give you pre-approval, right? Okay. So this is one form of daycare treatment limitations that are there. इसमें क्या होता है कि this is a very broad category, so usually a lot of diseases get covered in this, and largely even if they are not covered, you can get a pre-approval कि ये भाई नया treatment है, it's not in our list but it is important, so can you please approve, and insurance companies approve that, right? So that is one form. The second form is a lot of insurance companies create like a vanity number saying that 780 disease का ट्रीटमेंट कवर करते हैं हम लोग, डे केयर ट्रीटमेंट्स कवर करते हैं. सो 782, 1336, दिस इज नथिंग बट दोज 10-12 दैट वी स्पोक अबाउट, उसको ब्रेक कर दिया है कि आई का ट्रीटमेंट जो है उसका, हाँ उसका 15 टाइप बना दिया कि कैटरैक्ट अलग कर दिया, ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया, एंड देन दे हैव मेड अ लिस्ट ऑफ लेट्स से 700, 800 व्हाटएवर नंबर.
सो इट्स मोर लाइक अ मार्केटिंग,
इट्स मोर लाइक अ मार्केटिंग.
यू फील ओ इतना मिलने वाला है तो ये ले लेते हैं,
बट एक्चुअली मोर कुड बी लेस. आई टेल यू व्हाई. बिकॉज when an insurance company is saying that daycare treatment for eye is covered, that means any treatment, आज भी कल भी कोई नया आ गया treatment, all that gets covered. But when an insurance company actually says that eye में ये 12 ही covered है, the 13th is not covered, right? So 12 looks big but could be small. So this is something that people don't understand. So understand the spirit of what an insurance company is trying to give, right? Versus basically trying to create like a very large list of treatments that are covered. And then there is a third one which is now becoming very prevalent in the industries where insurance companies say कि all daycare covered, right? Which is the most amazing thing, right? Because there is no guesswork in this. कि ऐसी list है, एक तो list समझना, मैं जब policy खरीद रहा हूँ, for me to even read that 800, for me also after so many years, I have not read all the 800, 900 diseases or treatments, even try to understand each of them.
Correct. पढ़ भी लेंगे तो समझ नहीं
सकेंगे. तो it was practically something that is there but not there, but those you don't know, it's all guesswork. कि जब होगा तभी देखेंगे कि ये तो समझ में आएगा नहीं. So now new insurance companies, new insurance policies, not new insurance companies, new insurance policies that have come up are saying that we will cover all daycare. So zero confusion. Only basic thing that they will look at is कि वही जो मैंने बोला था पहले कि hospitalization necessary होना चाहिए, जो मैंने एक प्रीवियस एपिसोड में बोला है, या हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन प्रोटोकॉल्स के हिसाब से होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी अ क्योर काइंड ऑफ अ ट्रीटमेंट. दोज डेफिनेशंस ऑब्वियसली विल बी एप्लीकेबल, बट एनीथिंग दैट इज लेस देन 24 hours वी विल कवर. सो द बेस्ट पॉलिसीज इन द मार्केट, द मोस्ट कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव पॉलिसीज विल हैव ऑल डे केयर लिखा होगा उसमें. तो आपको ढूंढना है कि डे केयर कहाँ लिखा है, और डे केयर के सामने अगर लिखा है ऑल कवर्ड, दैट मीन्स योर टेंशन इज जीरो. कि आपको सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है कि अरे ये कवर होगा 24 hours के नीचे है तो नहीं होगा. एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड.
ये जो इंश्योरेंस एग्रीगेटर्स है,
राइट,
इनके पास मुझे तो याद ही नहीं है ऐसा बटन कि मैं टिक मार्क करूं ऑल डे केयर.
करेक्ट.
वेरी न्यू फॉर मी,
राइट,
एंड आई एम श्योर ऑडियंसेस को भी पता लग रहा होगा कि ये क्या एक नया है. सो इज इट दैट दे डोंट वांट टू प्रमोट
Not
Or is
necessarily.
it-
What they do is that they put it on the comparison side. So if you go in the comparison करोगे तो उसके अंदर लिखा होता है. But when you read it, you don't understand the importance of it because you don't even know कि इसका impact क्या है.
Correct.
So that's why everywhere an expert is important, because that expert will tell you the relevance and importance of a specific clause.
The value of those 3 words.
right.
Or those 2 words that have been written.
तो आपके पास 1 करोड़ का कवर है, बट आपके पास जब डे केयर ट्रीटमेंट सही में लगा, at that time it does not cover it, then you will get 0 coverage, right? So then 1 crore है या 2 crore है, only that is not going to help. Also understanding all the other things which basically give you all the eligibility or the benefits is something that you need to understand. Right.
Anything else? ये जैसा आपने
Yes.
डे केयर बताया, ऐसा कुछ एकदम नया
Right.
चीज.
So the next one is basically something which is called organ donor cover, right?
Organ donor cover.
Right.
Okay.
So बहुत interesting है ये, because a lot of people feel that health insurance is very restrictive, right? कि ये नहीं देता, वो नहीं देता, वो नहीं देता. But health insurance companies have gone to the extent of not only covering the person who is getting treated, but let's say today in the world organ donation is becoming very common, right? A lot of organ donation is happening because lifestyle diseases are increasing. And if you talk about transplants बहुत इंडिया में ट्रांसप्लांट्स का नीड इज ह्यूज टुडे. द नंबर ऑफ organs available is less, right? But it's like almost 10x difference in terms of need versus want. So from that perspective, the health insurance policy not only covers the person who needs the organ, but also the person who's donating the organ. So that's why it's called organ donor cover. So organ donor cover मतलब जब भी मुझे अगर organ की ज़रूरत है, तो मेरा तो ट्रीटमेंट के लिए मुझे ऑर्गन चाहिए, बट देयर विल बी अनदर पर्सन हु विल हैव टू डोनेट दैट ऑर्गन. दैट पर्सन ऑल्सो विल हैव टू गो थ्रू अ सर्जरी.
लाइक थर्ड पार्टी इंश्योरेंस जो गाड़ी में होता है,
एक तरीके से वो बोलता है
कि आपकी गाड़ी तो इंश्योर्ड है ही, कुछ आपको होगा, बट अगर किसी और को भी कुछ हो जाता है तो इवन दैट कवरेज.
करेक्ट. बट दैट इज मोर ऑफ अ लायबिलिटी. दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ एक्सपेंस कि सपोज माई फैमिली मेंबर, हाँ मेरे फैमिली में कोई मुझे ऑर्गन डोनेट कर रहा है. नाउ I am going to get that organ, but someone is going to give that organ. That person will also need a surgery. Correct. So how do you cover that surgery also is something that insurance companies have factored in the health insurance policy.
And this is something that if I now when I want to renew my family's insurance, I can go and select this.
No, so agreed. So there could be a chance and there couldn't be a chance. So that's where the nuance comes into picture. Most policies do cover organ donor as a treatment, but there could be a policy which could cover organ donor only as an add-on. कि मेरे नॉर्मल पॉलिसी में कवर नहीं है, आपको एड-ऑन्स में दिखेगा जो आपने पूछा दैट वे कि देयर इज एन एड-ऑन लिस्ट एंड दैट एड-ऑन लिस्ट विल हैव एन ऑर्गन डोनर कवर, राइट? ये बहुत ऐसे अभी हम जब बात करें तो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल वाचिंग दिस विल फील दैट अरे ये तो मेरे साथ नहीं होने वाला, एंड दिस इज टू फार फेच्ड, ऑर्गन डोनेशन तक जा रहे हैं लोग. But look at the way our lifestyles are moving and look at data, you will come to know that organ donation is becoming more and more a reality, right? And failures of organ is also becoming very prevalent. So, and when you are taking health insurance, you are taking it for these bigger risks and the bigger losses that are going to happen. So why not cover the person who's going to give the organ? Because who will cover that person? That person cannot be covered under his policy. मैं अगर आपको ऑर्गन दे रहा हूँ तो मेरे पॉलिसी क्यों कवर करेगी? मेरा थोड़ी कुछ ट्रीटमेंट हो रहा है.
ओह अच्छा,
आपका ट्रीटमेंट हो रहा है, राइट?
अच्छा, व्हाटएवर सर्जरी, फॉर एग्जांपल एक किडनी ट्रांसप्लांट हो रहा है,
करेक्ट.
तो योर इफ यू आर गिविंग मी अ किडनी,
Correct.
योर पॉलिसी विल नॉट
Why will it cover? Because I am not having any disease, na. It is my, I am optionally or voluntarily actually rather
elective kind of.
I am giving you that organ. So it is not any disease that I have. In fact, I am very healthy. That's why I am able to give it to you. So why will an insurance company cover it, right? So that's why the recipient's policy, because that person has a disease, उस policy में cover मिलता है for a person who is giving the organ, right? So this is a very big nuance, and lot of insurance companies have a limitation in the for organ donation का खर्चा, right? So they will say that we will cover only till 2 lakhs or we will cover only till 10% of the coverage. तो अगर आपने 5 लाख का कवर लिया तो सिर्फ 50,000 कवर है, 10 लाख का कवर लिया तो सिर्फ 1 लाख का कवर है. सो द गुड पॉलिसी व्हेन यू आर लुकिंग एट अ चेकलिस्ट, राइट? सो गुड पॉलिसी विल हैव नो लिमिट्स ऑन ऑर्गन डोनर कवरेज.
I've been buying health insurance for the past 17 years.
Right.
And now when I'm sitting over here and I'm thinking, what have I bought? Have I bought this? Is this there? Is this available? Is this not available?
Correct.
Because जनरली पीपल मेक इट साउंड वेरी इजी.
Yeah.
हाँ, ऑनलाइन जाओ, 3 बटन दबाओ, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस हो गया आपका.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Right.
Yes, you are secured. But these many details.
Correct.
Is there anything else that we should look at?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do essentially with
Point
Beshak
number
is
6 actually.
Yeah, so what we're essentially trying to do with Beshak actually is that we are trying to fast forward a person's life and see कि क्या क्या उसको लगेगा.
हाँ.
And then we are basically taking that information and then creating information for people today to know कि भाई ये बाद में लग सकता है,
हाँ.
तो ये ले लो, right? That is what we are doing. So organ donation, like I again repeating that may sound very far-fetched, but looking at how future beholds, it is important that anyways you are comparing policies, anyways you are considering different policies, anyways you are evaluating the policy, it is important that आप देख लो ये सब और फिर लो policy. So number six is basically any other financial limit in the policy, right? तो इसको छोड़ के भी आपको पॉलिसी पूरा एक बार स्टडी करना चाहिए और उसमें कोई भी अलग कोई फाइनेंशियल लिमिट दी हुई है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल सर्टेन पॉलिसीज कुड से दैट.
Sorry, I have a question over here. If the audience, क्योंकि अभी आपने बोला कि इसको छोड़ के भी अभी ये भी पढ़ना चाहिए, तो मुझे लग रहा है हे भगवान कितना पढ़ना चाहिए. तो ऑडियंस भी अगर ये सोच रही है, तो क्या वो beshak.org पे लॉग इन करके एक ट्रस्टेड एडवाइजर से जब आप उनको मैच करेंगे, वो कंसल्टेशन सेशन के लिए क्या ऑडियंस को कुछ पैसा पे करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, absolutely not. So all our experts are having minimum 5 years of experience in health insurance, including health insurance claims. So these are people who understand all these nuances. We also test them for whether they know these nuances. There is a exam that they need to give before they get into our system.
Achha, they give an exam?
Yes, they are supposed to give an exam. Pass that exam, then there is a face-to-face physical screening that happens before the person is able to join Beshak. So every advisor is worth his salt and knows stuff. Like whatever I'm talking to you, even an advisor can come here and sit and tell you the exact same thing, right? So that is the level of people that we are hiring. So you get this for free. That is what we've solved for. That the advisor is basically looking at connecting with new customers. And a customer is looking for really good advisors and graded advisors and not anybody who's just trying to sell, right? But someone who understands these nuances and is able to figure out stuff for you and then advise. You can ask all these things, all these checklists to an advisor and say कि मुझे बताओ और कोई financial limit है कि नहीं, लिख के दो मुझे. He will be able to tell you कि yes, there are no other financial limits, or if there is a limit, this is one limit, these are two limits, right?
So what is a financial limit? Sorry, coming back.
Financial limit मतलब ये जो मैंने बोली वो सारी financial limits ही है. But the problem with health insurance is because it is so dynamic, and health insurance companies can be creative with their policies and create terms and conditions like they want. So it's important that I put one more caveat saying that इसको छोड़ के भी कोई अगर कोई भी टाइप का आपको मनी लिमिट दिख रहा है पॉलिसी में, तो दैट यू शुड बेसिकली लुक आफ्टर. सो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड कोपे. कोपे इज बेसिकली कि इंश्योरेंस कंपनी अपने पॉलिसी में बोलता है कि 20% कोपे फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट? सो व्हाट दैट मीन्स इज दैट any claim that happens and whatever the claim is approved by the insurance company, the customer, like the policy holder, will have to pay that much percentage from his own pocket. So let's take an example that आपका 5 लाख का क्लेम है, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने 4 लाख रुपए अप्रूव किया है क्लेम, and there is a copay of 20%. So you will have to pay 4 lakh into 20% from your pocket, and 3,20,000 will be paid by the insurance company. 5 लाख का क्लेम था तो 1 लाख रुपया तो वो आपको पे करना ही है, जो अप्रूव हो गया, in that also basically 20% is your share. So insurance companies do that, right? Yeah. So there will be obviously a claim will have two parts. One is the admissible part and a non-admissible part. The admissible part of the claim में copay होता है कि basically this is what I will pay, this is the liability, right? And इसमें copay आता है. तो basically that is how the whole thing is. So 5 lakh का claim में basically it's slightly complicated what I said. तो 5 lakh का claim में 1 lakh तो is deducted by the insurance company. तो वो तो आपको ही पे करना है. जो बाकी का 4 लाख है उसमें अगर 20% अगर आपकी पॉलिसी में कोपे लिखा है तो then 20% will have to be paid by you. So that will be 80,000 rupees. So insurance company will basically pay 3,20,000 rupees. बाकी सब आपको पे करना है. That is how copay works. And there are other financial limits that could be there in a policy depending upon insurer to insurer. Like there is something called modern treatments. Modern treatment मतलब जो एकदम ही नए treatments अभी जो दुनिया में आए, जैसे robotic surgeries right, has become very common right now. Basically you will go to any large hospital तो बाहर बोर्ड लगे होते हैं कि now we do robotic surgeries, even heart surgeries, bypass surgeries are done through robots now for precision, right? So insurance companies, a lot of places feel that a robotic surgery is not important, or they may feel that a robotic surgery is not required.
Any other benefits that we should look at before buying or while buying a health insurance?
Right. So one important benefit that now gradually has become hygiene in health insurance is something called a restoration benefit. Restoration benefit.
Restoration benefit.
Restoration benefit. तो ये कैसा है कि हम अभी कवरेज की बात कर रहे थे स्टार्टिंग में, दैट कवर एनी अमाउंट ऑफ कवर कैन बी इन अ सर्टेन सिचुएशन कैन बी लेस राइट कंपेयर टू कुछ आ सकता है लाइफ में जहाँ पे आपके पास जो भी कवर है 1 करोड़ भी कम हो सकता है. तो इन दैट स्पेसिफिक केस a lot of insurance companies are almost, it's become hygiene, so most insurance companies have this condition, but we need to understand the nuances of it, which I'll cover, is that have a restoration benefit. Restoration benefit is that if the cover gets exhausted in a particular year, then that insurance company for once will reinstate it, right? मतलब अगर आपने let's say 10 लाख का कवर लिया है और 10 लाख का कवर आपका कुछ रीजन के कारण 2 हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन हो गई पूरे साल में और वो 10 लाख कंप्लीट हो गया, एक थर्ड हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन की जरूरत पड़ी. दिस हैपेंस यूजुअली इन केसेस ऑफ लेट्स से ट्रीटमेंट लाइक कैंसर, राइट, वेयर देयर आर मल्टीपल हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन दैट कुड बी रिक्वायर्ड, मल्टीपल टाइम्स ऑफ
कॉम्प्लेक्स
ट्रीटमेंट दैट कुड
एक्सीडेंट हो गया और बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स सर्जरीज चल रही है.
Yes. So multiple hospitalizations are required. So if it gets exhausted, there's a very magical benefit where you will get a restoration of the cover back into the policy.
For example 10 lakhs का है तो 10 lakhs ही है कि वो भी अलग होता है?
नहीं, it is usually 100% of the sum insured.
Wow.
तो आपका अगर cover complete हो गया तो it will basically reinstate the cover. A lot of policies also have something called unlimited restoration, which is that again if it gets exhausted, again it will reinstate it forever. So there have been cases where it happens very rarely, right? Because these policies are only 10 years old or 7 years old. But there have been cases where people have got, let's say, a policy of 10 lakhs, but they've been able to claim 40-45 lakhs because of this kind of a condition, because it kept reinstating, right?
So ideally people should understand this aspect.
Correct.
जब हम कहते हैं ना कि I will do it myself and I will look at it and
right.
So it's like a real blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. इसमें जो nuance है वो समझना जरूरी है कि restoration, some insurance companies say that restoration we will cover only for an unrelated disease. तो first आपका जो claim आया था उसमें जो exhaust हो गया वही disease का अगर claim आएगा तो we will not reinstore. Only if it is a different disease or a different person in the family, then we will do it.
So this is also different from insurer to insurer.
Insurer to insurer. Some insurers say that related भी रहेगा तो भी we will cover, unrelated रहेगा तो भी cover. So obviously that is better, right?
ये भी दिया,
right?
And ये मुझे तो आज तक पॉलिसी लेते टाइम पे कहीं पे भी ये,
right?
तो मुझे रिस्टोरेशन बेनिफिट थोड़ा याद था कि 10 लाख पे 10 लाख हो जाएगा.
Correct.
बट अनलिमिटेड है and वो related diseases का भी check करना है, ये तो I don't think anybody is called up and explained this to me.
So basically always when you're taking a policy and you're looking at restoration, see that this is available. One is that it should be for unrelated illnesses also and related illnesses also. And it should be available even if a partial restoration is required. So for example, कुछ policies ऐसे बोलते हैं कि पूरा जब एग्जॉस्ट होगा कवर देन ओनली रिस्टोरेशन विल हैपन. सो फॉर एग्जांपल 5 लाख का कवर है और 4,80,000 यूज हो गया, 20,000 बचा है, सो रिस्टोरेशन विल नॉट ट्रिगर फॉर अ न्यू ट्रीटमेंट. सो सपोज लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ 5 lakhs का कवर एंड इट हैज रिस्टोरेशन and let's say the first claim is for 4,50,000 rupees. Let's take it 4,50,000 and then there is one more claim of 5 lakhs that comes, right? So ideally the common sense is that restoration should work because वो है, but there are policies where restoration says, the clause says that only after the complete exhaustion of the sum insured restoration will happen. तो जो 50,000 है वो भी exhaust होगा, उसके बाद का जो claim आएगा that will get paid. So in this specific claim case, if there is a clause which says that partial restoration नहीं possible है, only complete exhaustion होना चाहिए, तो 5 lakh का claim है, 4,50,000 हो गया, the second claim comes for 5 lakhs. It will pay only 50,000 rupees because the restoration is not triggered. Restoration now will get triggered because in the third claim where the entire 5 lakhs has got exhausted.
मतलब वो फैमिली को अपने जेब से 4.5 लाख रुपए
देना पड़ेगा
4 लाख-
because restoration is not triggering, right, in this specific case. Restoration triggers in certain policies on complete exhaustion of the sum insured कि पूरा जीरो हो गया आपका तो मैं restoration trigger करूंगा. And some insurers say that does not depend on that. We will restore it depending on the need, right? So the best policies would say that partial reinstatement भी हम करेंगे जब आपके पास cover है तो भी विल डू एंड रिलेटेड अनरिलेटेड इलनेस के लिए भी हम करेंगे, राइट. इफ दीज टू थिंग्स आर देयर, द थर्ड विच इज एन very very good thing if you can get is unlimited restoration, where the policy says that every time it gets requires, every time you have a shortage, we will keep paying. So it's almost like having an unlimited cover to a certain extent, right. The restoration is only up to the base sum insured in the policy. तो आप ऐसा नहीं है कि सपोज एक चीज़ समझना ज़रूरी है कि 10 लाख का कवर है, तो अगर मेरे को क्लेम आया, एक क्लेम आया 5 लाख का, देन नेक्स्ट क्लेम केम फॉर 8 lakhs, एंड लेट्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मोस्ट आइडियल पॉलिसी विच अनरिलेटेड इलनेस, रिलेटेड इलनेस कवर करता है एंड पार्शियल भी कवर करता है. In this case, let's say the second claim that came, first claim came for 5 lakhs, second claim came for 10 lakhs. So now your policy is for 10 lakhs, right?
Correct.
So first claim got paid for 5 lakhs. Then you have 5 lakhs remaining, but because your claim is for 10 lakhs and it's a policy which covers you even if you have partial sum insured left, it pays for 10 lakhs, right? Let's say the next claim that comes for is 20 lakhs. Just अभी example के लिए ले, तो 20 lakhs पे नहीं होगा. उसका रीजन ये है कि मैक्सिमम जो रीइंस्टेटमेंट होता है वो सम इंश्योर्ड का होता है.
अच्छा, ओके.
तो मतलब आपने 10 लाख का सम इंश्योर्ड है तो 10 लाख ही रीइंस्टोर होगा. तो आप ऐसे नहीं कर सकते हो कि 50 लाख का क्लेम आ गया तो 50 लाख रीइंस्टोर होगा, वो 10 लाख तक का रीइंस्टोर होगा. तो इन
वो लोग ऐसे नहीं गिनेंगे 10 + 10 + 10 भी 30 होता था.
सो हाँ, सो दिस सेम एग्जांपल, 10 lakhs cover, I have 5 lakhs I used, now I have 5 lakhs remaining, but I had a second claim in the same year of 10 lakhs. So insurance company will pay the entire 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs will be paid from the sum insured, and जो reinstatement हुआ उसमें से 5 लाख पे हो गए. अब हम बोल रहे थर्ड क्लेम जो आया वो 20 lakhs का आया, पर रीइंस्टोरेशन जो होगा, रिस्टोरेशन जो होगा, सॉरी, विल हैपन ओनली फॉर 10 lakhs. तो आपके पास अभी बचा कितना, 10 lakhs, राइट?
15 लाख ना मेरे पास बचा.
नहीं, 10 लाख ही बचा आपके पास बेसिकली, बिकॉज फर्स्ट क्लेम वाज 5 lakhs, सेकंड क्लेम वाज 10 lakhs,
तो 15 lakhs हो गए, तो वो 20 lakhs से रीइंश्योर हुआ.
हाँ.
तो अभी एक और मेरा क्लेम आया, कितने का आपने कहा? 20 lakhs.
20 lakhs का. तो रीस्टोरेशन जो हुआ वो तो 10 lakhs का ही हुआ, राइट? एंड दैट बेसिकली यू आर सेइंग दैट 10 lakhs के सामने 5 lakhs ही यूज हुआ बिकॉज 5 lakhs ऑलरेडी था. सो यू विल 5 फ्रॉम योर एंड 5 फ्रॉम द अदर, राइट? तो 5 बच गया आपके पास, राइट? तो रीस्टेटमेंट जो होगा वो 10 लाख का होगा वापस, तो 15 हो गया, यू आर राइट. तो 20 lakhs का अगर क्लेम आएगा तो 15 पे होगा मोस्टली, इन द मोस्ट आइडियल सिचुएशन. अब 5 पे हो जाएगा. तो बेसिकली व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर इज द 3 nuances in restoration. One is that a lot of policies will basically say that restoration is available but be available only for unrelated illnesses. The second is that there could be a case where restoration is available only on complete exhaustion and not on partial exhaustion. और ये बहुत ही लो प्रोबेबिलिटी हो जाता है कि आपका पूरा जीरो हो जाएगा, इसलिए वजह से वो कवर यूज ही नहीं होगा.
पता भी नहीं होता ना,
राइट,
कि ऐसा कुछ क्लॉज है.
Correct. And third is to understand that the restoration is available only up to the sum insured and not unlimited. के ऐसा नहीं है कि unlimited cover है, आपका उतने ही अमाउंट के claims multiple आएंगे तो पे करते रहेगा.
So is there a way for us to go and check, you know, जैसे Zomato पे हम रिव्यूज देखते हैं या स्विगी पे रिव्यूज देखते हैं, बोलते हैं हाँ ये रेस्टोरेंट अच्छा होगा. Amazon पे जनरली देखते हैं कोई भी चीज खरीदने के पहले.
करेक्ट.
Is there a way for us to go and you know check कि ये इंश्योरर का रिव्यू कैसा है, रेटिंग्स कैसे हैं? Because I am yet to find something like that.
Correct. So good that you asked this question because this is where I get to talk about Beshak, which is obviously my favorite topic. What we saw is that we saw a gap, right? That we saw when we went to restaurants that a rating was available for restaurants. We saw that when we went to hotels, there was a TripAdvisor that was available. But we felt that insurance with this was not available. So what we did is that we basically, as Beshak, created a rating system where we rate insurance products on our platform. So we rate them on 3 aspects. One is the product, which we are speaking for such a long time, कि क्या limits है, policy में conditions क्या क्या, organ donor, day care, ये सब हमने उसमें हम we measure that.
फिल्टर्स आपने डाल के रखे हुए हैं.
ये फिल्टर्स डाल के रखे हुए और रेट करते हैं उसके ऊपर. दूसरा जो चीज़ है कि जितने भी एक इंश्योरेंस कंपनी अपना डिस्क्लोजर्स करता है अपने परफॉर्मेंस का, IID को डिस्क्लोज करना पड़ता है कि मैंने कितने क्लेम पे किए, नहीं किए, हाउ फास्ट आई हैव मेड द क्लेम्स और नॉट, हाउ मेनी कंप्लेंट्स आई रिसीव. A lot of such things are available. Claim settlement ratio, which is very famous, people know about. All these things are available on the insurance company's website. We basically aggregate all this information and we publish all this information on our website and also rate an insurance company on this. The third thing that we do is basically ये तो मिल गया कि क्लेम परफॉर्मेंस कैसा है, ये भी पता चल गया कि एक इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का प्रोडक्ट कैसा है, बट इंश्योरेंस कंपनी पोस्ट सेल सर्विस देता कैसा है, ये किधर भी पैरामीटर अवेलेबल नहीं था. सो वी वेंट अहेड एंड क्रिएटेड आवर ओन ऑडिट सिस्टम वेयर वी ऑडिट ऑल इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज टोल फ्री नंबर्स and their Twitter accounts to find out how good are they at customer service. So अगर एक कस्टमर को कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो we actually have a bot which basically will call a toll free number at different times during the day to find out कि actual human is available or not, right?
Okay.
Because see, आपने पॉलिसी ले लिया तो आपको एजेंट तो बोल देगा कि अरे सर हमारा तो कस्टमर सर्विस बहुत बढ़िया है, 24/7 अवेलेबल है, 8 to 8 अवेलेबल है, मंडे टू संडे अवेलेबल है. बट ये चेक कौन कर रहा है? कोई चेक नहीं कर रहा है. तो बट हम अभी चेक कर रहे हैं. वी एक्चुअली हैव अ बॉट विच कॉल्स एट डिफरेंट टाइम्स and tries till the human does not speak on the other side. It will basically use the IVR and find out whether the actual human is available at a Saturday 8 p.m. or not, Sunday 1 p.m. or not, and then basically report back, right? So we do that. Similarly, we also check Twitter पे बहुत complaints Twitter is a platform where people use it for complaints. Yes. How good is an insurance company in actually resolving complaints on Twitter, not acknowledging. Acknowledge तो करना बहुत आसान है कि मिल गया complaint, आपका ये लो complaint number. We actually find out whether the insurer actually resolved the complaint on Twitter, not send the customer to toll free number कि आपको complaint है toll free पे call करो. So there are insurers who do a good job at it. There are insurers who do a bad job at it, and that reflects on their insurance company's service philosophy. So we cover that also. So this is something that we have built where a customer can know about the track record of an insurance company through the disclosures that they make, the capability of insurance company to do servicing through our audits, and obviously the product which we talked about all this while.
So now this does seem a complex process, and I am sure it is, yes. What about agents? How do we find the right agent? And because the problem is सालों से कैसा हुआ है कि मेरे cousin के वो uncle है, वो करते हैं, उनसे बात कर लो. But that need not be the best person, right? The right person. So how do I find this right person?
Yeah. So in India, basically anybody, it is a fortunate thing and an unfortunate thing that anybody can become an agent, right? You just need to be 10th pass and you have to give an exam and you can become an agent, right? Positive side of this is that there are a lot of agents available. The negative side of this is that a lot of people who are purely just looking at monetizing and making money but not really helping customers to buy policies are also agents today. This was a problem that we saw that existed, that ठीक है agents available है, अच्छे agents भी available है, बुरे agents भी available है, सिर्फ sales करने वाले agents भी available है. How does a customer even find that? Yeah. Right? And customers have two problems. So one is that they cannot ask so many questions to an agent, like interview थोड़ी ले सकता है agent का, जैसे job थोड़ी ना दे रहा है.
हाँ, correct.
Right? और दूसरा the problem is that they don't even know what questions to ask. Right? Yes. So we created a marketplace where it's similar to, like, we call it the urban company of insurance advisors in India, where we created a marketplace where we curate such advisors and we list them on our platform. So our acceptance rate is 8%. So 100 advisor जब apply करता है तो सिर्फ 8 advisor अंदर आ पाता है, right? और वो भी उसके बाद भी constantly monitor होता है, and if they don't do a good job, we also weed out from there, right? So this is a very high quality specialized list and panel of advisors that we brought on the platform who give consultation for free and use Beshak's tools, protocols, system and all that to give you a solution. So this is something that we have created. But obviously, while I'll say this and it looks like something that I'm selling, but even without we saying this, I will also say something else, that Beshak is the second best platform to buy health insurance from, and not the first. The first is if you have a local agent who's exactly like what I said. Someone who basically has a claims experience, someone who has a good product knowledge, someone who's known in the market for ensuring that customers are given a good service. That is number one. If you are able to find that in your area, please go with that and not Beshak. I'm only myself saying. If you're not able to find someone, then we have built something where you don't have to worry. We have done everything for you and you can figure out everything from our advisors because हमने उनके साथ सारे सवाल पूछ दिए जो आपको शायद पूछने चाहिए थे.
करेक्ट. एंड देयर इज वन मोर एस्पेक्ट जनरली देखते हैं कि प्रपोजल फॉर्म्स. करेक्ट. तो ये क्या, इसके ऊपर थोड़ा ऑडियंस को जरा एक बार एक्सप्लेन करेंगे.
सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी प्रपोजल फॉर्म डिफाइंस आपका क्लेम सेटलमेंट रेशियो, राइट. तो क्लेम सेटलमेंट रेशियो बहुत इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज और सब कस्टमर्स भी बहुत पूछते रहते हैं. तो मैं सब इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज, जब भी कोई कस्टमर जाता है इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज में या कस्टमर कम्स टू मी एंड टेल्स मी दैट व्हाट इज द क्लेम सेटलमेंट रेशियो ऑफ दिस कंपनी, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दैट, आई टेल देम अ सिंपल थिंग दैट यू कैन हैव 100% क्लेम सेटलमेंट रेशियो. You don't have to worry about an insurance company having 95% claim settlement, 98, 99. You can have a 100% claim settlement ratio. So the next question is obviously कैसे. So the answer is proposal form, right? जब आप proposal form भरते हो, you need to be very very careful in understanding the questions well and answering them to the T and answering them in as much detail as possible. If you do that properly, then your chances of claims getting denied at the time of actual hospitalization become very low because most of the claims that get declined in today's world is largely because an insurance customer did not inform about a certain disease or inform about a certain lifestyle to the insurance company. तो insurance company का काम क्या है? insurance company ये करता है कि आपका पहले पूरा एक चिट्ठा निकालता है कि आप बताओ सर आप कैसे हो, आपका हेल्थ कैसा है, सब कुछ बताओ, और वो इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके दे डिसाइड कि आपको पॉलिसी देना है कि नहीं देना है, कितने प्रीमियम में देना है नहीं देना है. अगर वो इन्फॉर्मेशन ही रॉन्ग है तो उनके अजम्पशंस रॉन्ग हो गए, उनका प्राइसिंग रॉन्ग हो गया, एवरीथिंग गॉट रॉन्ग. सो व्हेन द क्लेम कम्स दे विल से दैट बॉस आई हैड आस्क्ड यू क्वेश्चंस, यू आंसर्ड देम रॉन्ग, सो द पॉलिसी इटसेल्फ इज वॉइड. ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ही वॉइड हो गया, ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट टाइप हो गया. राइट.
कोई पॉलिसी लेते वक्त स्मोकिंग और ड्रिंकिंग नहीं कर रहा.
करेक्ट.
फिर लेने के बाद में भी 3-4 साल बाद उसने करना चालू कर
दिया.
यस
एब्सोल्युटली.
अब उसको कोई बीमारी आई,
राइट,
जिसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी,
राइट,
बिकॉज गारंटी तो कोई नहीं बोल सकता, प्रोबेबिलिटी स्मोकिंग और ड्रिंकिंग की वजह से ज्यादा है.
करेक्ट.
तो वो टाइम पे इंश्योरेंस विल नॉट पे.
नो, इट विल पे. सो insurance is something which basically is very clear that you have to declare when you're buying the policy.
Okay.
So at the time of buying the policy, what was your health is what they are concerned about, right? So once you have declared everything right at the time of buying the policy, after that whatever happens to you, that is not supposed, there is no system available with the insurance company to take that information from you. Okay. So it is not required also as per contract, and most insurance policies do not require that. So anything that is changed after you have bought the policy does not impact your policy or the claims. So in this specific case, if someone was basically not having any lifestyle like this drinking problem, let's say he was not having, and that person after 5 years, let's say, became alcoholic and then had a liver issue.
Correct.
Right? In this specific case, an insurance company cannot say that they will not pay the claim, because when buying the policy, the customer was right. After that, there is no way an insurance company is taking information from a customer कि ये change हो गया है. Only one exception is there, that you have done an upgrade of the policy. In between, you have upgraded your policy. तो upgrade is equal to buying a new policy. तो आप जो upgrade के time पे अगर आपने नहीं बताया
correct
कि नया स्थिति क्या है आपका फैमिली का या आपका, then that upgrade sum insured is under risk. कि आपका जो, सपोज मैंने 2 लाख का पॉलिसी लिया था और मैंने उसको यही केस में 3 साल के बाद I made it 10 lakhs, right? And now at that time, in between 2 lakhs, when I upgraded to 10 lakhs, this issue was there. I was aware that I have started smoking a lot or drinking a lot.
Correct.
And the proposal form, there is a proposal form you have to fill at the time of upgrade also. It asked you this question and you just signed, because probably your agent said ये 4 जगह पे खाली साइन कर दो,
चुकड़ी मारा है वहाँ पे साइन कर दो,
या तो फिर आपने वेबसाइट पे किया तो नेक्स्ट दबा के ऑल दबा के क्लिक करके पेमेंट कर दिया कि चलो जल्दी पॉलिसी लो, 80D का फॉर्म भरना है, तो कर दिया. Then that becomes a problem, right? Upgrades become a problem. So in this 2 lakh to 10 lakh case, like 2 lakh पहले था और 10 lakh हुआ, 8 lakhs comes at risk, because that 8 lakhs was given to you at a time when you knew this that way.
So these are the top 10 points that you should take care before you buy an insurance, and please do share this video with someone in your family or your friend who is in the midst of buying an insurance, so that they don't make a mistake and in the end, when they go to claim the insurance, there are all the problems that they have to face. And in the comment section, please mention if there are specific scenarios that you have faced in terms of claiming an insurance or buying an insurance, so that in our next podcast, we are able to cover the same. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day.